Ah, you've arrived. Perfect timing. Searching for answers, or perhaps a spark to ignite your soul. Either way, you're in the right place. Tonight we'll dive into a truth as sharp as a blade. Let's talk about those eyes, the ones that follow you relentlessly, dissecting your every move. Yes, your adversaries. But here's the kicker: their fixation on you is their downfall. They'll never admit it, but their obsession with your rise will be the chains that bind them. And as you climb higher, soaring beyond their reach, the last thing they'll ever see is your back. You know who they are. The ones lurking in the shadows, clutching their insecurities while fixating on your every step. Like vultures circling, they wait for a misstep, a scrap, anything to make themselves feel alive. But their hatred, it's a cage they've built for themselves. And guess what? You hold the key. Every step forward you take, every victory you claim, tightens the grip of that cage. Their eyes don't just watch, they burn. It destroys them to see you smiling, thriving, flying when they swore you'd crumble. They didn't just want your failure, they wanted your submission. But instead, you've become something they could never be: a force of nature. Understand this: they don't simply hate you would be too easy. They envy you. They crave what you have the audacity to be unapologetically yourself. You shattered the mold they crafted to trap you, and it eats away at them every moment of every day. They lie to themselves, pretending to wait for your fall, but deep down they're haunted by a truth: they can't escape. You're unstoppable. And as for you, you owe them nothing, not a glance, not a word. Your journey is too steep, your vision too grand for their small, bitter minds to grasp. While they waste their days scheming and seething, you're building, growing, becoming. You've unlocked the truth they'll never comprehend. Success isn't about dragging others down, it's about lifting yourself up. And in doing so, you've left them exactly where they belong, beneath you, consumed by their own inadequacies. They'll scream, they'll rage, they'll claw at the ground, trying to drag you back. But here's the beauty of it: when they reach for you, they'll grasp nothing but air. You're already too far ahead, too far above, standing on the summit with the wind in your hair, the world at your feet. Below, they writhe, a swarm of desperate hands clawing at nothing. Those are your enemies. Small, pitiful, insignificant. They thought they could hold you back, but their hatred only propelled you forward. Their envy was the spark, their malice the fuel, and now you're blazing like a comet, untouchable and unstoppable. Let them watch. Let their eyes burn holes into your silhouette as you ascend. That's all they'll ever get of you: a distant figure, unbreakable, unreachable. But make no mistake, they won't stop. Their obsession will grow, consuming them from the inside out. They'll twist their lives into knots, trying to keep up, desperate to drag you down. What they don't realize is this: the more they focus on you, the less they focus on themselves. That is why you'll always win. True greatness doesn't chase. It doesn't beg for approval. It simply is. And you're the embodiment of everything they fear, everything they covet. So what's next? You keep moving. You don't slow down. You don't look back. Let their jealousy fester and their hatred boil. It's not your burden to bear. You don't owe them understanding or sympathy. The cruelest truth of all is this: while they revolve their lives around you, you barely remember they exist. And that, my friend, is the ultimate victory. Because here's the ultimate truth: you don't rise by chance, you rise by choice. Every step forward is forged by your will. Every victory carved by your determination. The higher you climb, the thinner the air becomes, and the fewer who can follow. But that's the beauty of it, isn't it? This path isn't meant for everyone. It's meant for you. And while they scramble in the dirt trying to mimic your steps, they'll realize too late that they don't have what it takes. Your strength, your resolve, your vision, it's not something they can imitate. It's yours alone, born of battles they'll never understand and forged in fires they'd never survive. Let them talk. Let them whisper your name with envy dripping from their tongues. Their words are nothing but noise, carried away by the winds of your momentum. While they waste their breath cursing your name, you're creating something eternal. You're building a legacy brick by brick, move by move, a masterpiece they'll never comprehend. And as they watch from below, powerless, they'll come to the bitter realization that your success isn't a fluke. It's not luck. It's your birthright, claimed through grit, resilience, and the audacity to rise when every odd was stacked against you. Then don't think for a second they'll ever stop trying to pull you down. Oh no, they'll double their efforts. Their envy will twist into desperation, their hatred into obsession. But that's the thing, they don't understand that you've transcended their reach. You don't just walk ahead of them, you soar far above, untouchable, a beacon they'll forever chase but never catch. They'll exhaust themselves in the pursuit, sacrificing their peace, their growth, their lives, all for the futile hope of seeing you fall. But you're untethered. You've become more than they could ever fathom. Here's the real power, though the kind they'll never understand. You don't rise by pushing others down. You rise by lifting yourself higher, by pouring everything you have into becoming the person you were always meant to be. You're not their punishment, you're their reflection. They see in you everything they wish they could be, everything they fear they'll never become. And while they drown in their bitterness, you're sailing toward horizons they can't even imagine. Remember this, your focus is your weapon. Every time you choose to move forward instead of looking back, every time you choose creation over destruction, you leave them further behind. You don't fight them, you outgrow them. You don't answer them, you outshine them. Their hate will never match your strength. Their envy will never touch your excellence. And their obsession will never break your stride. So keep going. Build your empire. Chase your dreams. Stand tall and let the storm rage around you. Because here's the final, undeniable truth: you are the fire they can't extinguish, the storm they can't escape, and the future they'll never reach. And that, my friend, is the truest power of all.